On to the broader political discussion at the moment, and the Greens causing a few headaches for the government on a few different fronts, Andrew.
Yeah, really different to last year, isn't it? Or more amplified. Pressure is growing on the Greens as the government attempts to get them to agree to pass their Housing Australia Future Fund Bill, their National Reconstruction Fund Bill and their Safeguards Mechanism legislation. That third item is looking really problematic and bringing back memories of the 2009 decision by the Greens to block the emissions trading scheme, which was said to have set back the cause of climate action in this country in a massive way. But Adam Bandt, the Greens leader, on with Tom Clennell earlier, indicated there was a chance the bill could pass. He didn't say there was a red line when it came to this initial demand by the Greens that they would only pass the legislation if the government forbade new coal and gas projects.
You've got the government now saying it wants to host a climate summit here, which we support, and yet on the other hand saying they want to keep opening new coal and gas mines and making the problem worse. Now, I don't think the government's position is ultimately tenable.
Will you not budge? Is this a red line for you? If they will not include a provision to stop new coal and gas, you won't support this?
Well, we're happy. We will continue to have good faith discussions with the government. We want to see if we can reach an outcome here. We're always open to have good faith discussions.
Now, the Aged Care Minister, Annika Wells, lives in Brisbane, where Labor is under attack from the Greens. The Greens have 3 lower house seats there. And the Minister did not hold back on Today's Show this morning after the Greens abstained from voting on Labor's Housing Building Australia Fund last night.
It's hard to be smug, weak and wrong all at the same time, but the Greens MPs managed it in the House of Representatives last night when they scuttled out of the chamber and abstained on this really important bill. I mean, this was a key issue at the election, the housing crisis and what government can do about it. This is the government delivering on its promise, 30,000 new social and affordable homes, and the Greens, who claim to care about this issue, make petitions on this issue, happy to data harvest on this issue, ran out of the chamber and backed Peter Dutton when it counted.
Well, another Labor minister from Brisbane also tweeted this, Murray Watt. Bear in mind the Greens have 3 seats in Brisbane, Labor wants them, so it's interesting it is these Queensland MPs who are the ones on the attack against the Greens. So some of the Victorian MPs in the last few hours have also started tweeting similar messages. But Adam Bandt really laid into this housing legislation today, basically saying it was useless.
It's a pretty amazing bill that if you pass it, the gap and the waiting list is going to be longer at the end of it. In any given year, there might be zero funding because that's how they've structured the bill.
And when it came to that housing fund legislation last night, Liberal Bridget Archer crossed the floor and voted with the government, as did the national turned independent, should I say, Andrew Gee, as the legislation passed the House of Representatives, but the Senate's going to be a lot trickier, Kieran.